What are the best low-carb dessert recipes? Everyone loves desserts, whether it's cheesecakes or chocolate cakes. My favorite is red velvet cake. I'm not sure what it is about that that's so delicious, but my mouth waters every time I see one. This is rather unfortunate, because I am trying hard to stick to a low-carb diet. This diet means that I can't eat most traditional sweets. However, sweet treats are not completely off the table. It just means that I can only eat desserts that are low in carbs and low in sugar. Low-carb desserts vary greatly. Some are much tastier than others. That's why I'm going to share with you some of the best ones below. First, there's low-carb cheesecake. If you're a fan of cheesecake in general, then you'll love this recipe. It's basically the same recipe as any other cheesecake except that the sugar is replaced with Splenda, or better still, with sucralose. You also have to replace the Graham's cracker crust with something else. That something else can be either nothing or an almond crust. I like the cheesecake by itself without a crust at all, but if you would like to make a crust, then the almond crust is simple to make. Just ground some almonds in the food processor and then add some melted butter to it until it forms a paste. Then spread the almond paste around the base of your baking pan so that it forms a thin layer. Pour the cheesecake mixture onto the almond layer. Once baked, this layer will form a great tasting crust. You can also add some sucralose to the almond paste if you want a sweet crust. Next, there's low-carb fudge. This has the same great texture as normal fudge but none of that sugar. The fudge is made with almond or peanut butter, cream cheese, vanilla whey protein, vanilla extract, and sucralose. No cooking is required. Just mix all the ingredients together and then leave in the fridge to solidify. It'll come out just like your favorite fudge. This is one of my favorite recipes to make, because it's so quick. I keep the fudge refrigerated and then have a piece every night. The third dessert I want to share with you is the low-carb cookie. Cookies are generally off limits during any diet, and especially during a low-carb diet. However, this recipe doesn't use any sugar or flour but still produces our great tasting cookie. I think the cookie tastes almost like it's an oatmeal cinnamon one. The main ingredients in this are flax meal and almond or peanut butter. I then add some baking soda and cream of tartar to make the cookie rise a bit. To sweeten the cookie, add some sucralose, and then add some cinnamon and nutmeg to give the cookie more flavor. Mix all the ingredients together and form small round cookie shapes on the baking sheet. Bake for 8 minutes. These cookies can get burnt quickly, so don't overcook them. Leave the cookies to cool for 10 minutes after they've come out of the oven. Then they're good to eat. What are the best low-carb dessert recipes? Everyone loves desserts, whether it's cheesecakes or chocolate cakes. My favorite is red velvet cake. I'm not sure what it is about that that's so delicious, but my mouth waters every time I